Good morning, cadets. Today we shall discuss the third practical of class 11 syllabus of physics, the aim of which is to determine the radius of curvature of a given spherical surface using a spherometer. The apparatus which are required for the experiment are the spherometer, which is a new apparatus for you people. We shall show you physically a glass strip used to have a plane surface. We can do the experiment on the rough wooden surface also, but it might not be perfectly plain. So we have used we must use a glass strip for a plane surface. Number 3, a concave, or we can even use a convex surface, no problem with the concave or convex surface. Next, a plain glass slab. Again, the plain glass slab can be also used as a glass strip. A sheet of paper where we can record the length of the legs of the spherometer. We will show you a ruler, that is a scale, and a pencil for rough sketching. Let us see the theory. What is a spherometer? See, the device is shown in the figure. A spherometer is a measuring device which has a metallic triangular frame supported on 3 legs. The tips of the 3 legs form an equilateral triangle and lie on the radius. There is a central leg which can be moved in a perpendicular direction, either up or down. It works on the principle of micrometer screw, which is the screw gauge. It is used to measure either a very small thickness or radius of curvature of a spherical surface. That is why it is known as spherometer. The spherometer suggests that it can find out the radius of curvature of a spherical surface, either a concave or a convex surface. Now the steps of the experiment. First one, to find the least count of the spherometer. We have done the same drill last time when we have completed the screw gauge experiment. See, we are discussing number wise. Number 1, take one pitch scale division on the pitch scale or the vertical scale. Okay, we will find out how much the pitch is. That means, what is the pitch? Pitch is the distance moved in the vertical scale on one complete rotation of the circular scale, same as we have done in the screw gauge. Let us take number 2. Let us take 5 full rotations of the central screw. Measure the distance moved in the screw. Hence, pitch is equal to distance moved in the screw divided by number of full rotations. Okay, normally we find that the pitch is equal to 1 mm only. So, if we have 5 rotations, we will find that the distance is 5 millimeter divided by 5. So, it is equal to 1 millimeter is equal to 0.1 centimeter. Now, the formula for least count is pitch by total number of divisions on the circular scale. Now, the procedure, you can have a look at the procedure, what is being told. Okay, we will show you the entire experiment one by one, you see, and for your convenience, you can have pause the video and see the procedure what is being shown. Now let us see how to record the observations. Number 1, first of all, what we should do is to find out the distance between the legs of the spherometer. What we can do is, we can take the spherometer and have the central leg upwards and then put put the three legs, the equilateral triangle, which we know is the equilateral triangle, we put it on a piece of white paper. We'll put it on a white paper, it will make the marks, of the vertices, and then we take out the screw gauge, mark the dots where the legs were being put, and then join them to form an equilateral triangle, and then particularly measure each side of the triangle. We know that it is equilateral triangle, but still there can be some errors in the making of the spherometer. So we'll physically measure it. We'll find out AB is equal to what centimeter, BC is equal to what, and AC is equal to what, and then finally the mean value of the distance between the two legs is found. The unit will take centimeter. Number 2, least count of the spherometer. It is again similar to how the least count was found in case of the screw gauge. A pitch scale division is 1 millimeter, which we have already discussed in the last slide. The number of full rotations given 5, as we have discussed. The distance moved by the screw 5 mm, hence pitch is equal to 1 mm. Now the number of circular divisions usually is 100. It can vary also, but in our school whatever the spherometers available, they have number of divisions is 100. The least count is equal to pitch by number of divisions. So pitch is 1 mm by number of divisions 100, so it is 0.01 mm or 0.001 cm. We have discussed it is exactly same as that in case of screw gauge. Now table for measuring the height. See the columns. First one is serial number, next one is on the concave surface. Okay, initial reading on the concave surface, next reading on the plain glass sheet or plain surface. Okay, I'll show you physically what it is. Just we are discussing the table first, and then we'll see how to take the readings. Third one, number of complete rotations on the plane mirror. It is taken as N1, and after the complete rotations also there can be a backlog. That one we are taking number of disc scale divisions in the incomplete rotation. So X will be equal to A minus B. A minus B. A is initially what is taken in the concave surface, minus B is what is taken on the plane surface. Okay, so total reading will be H will be equal to N1 into pitch. Pitch is the pitch is 1 mm we know, into least count. We need some correction here. Here height will be equal to N1 plus X into least count. Okay, H is equal to N1 plus X into least count. It can be taken in millimeter as well, centimeter as well. Rather, we shall convert into centimeter, as the initial readings we have taken as centimeter. Okay. Let us see the next one. Find the value of H for every observation and then find the mean value of H. The mean value of H will be equal to H1 plus H2 plus H3 by 3 in millimeter, and then convert into centimeter. Okay, you can do that in the earlier experiment. If it is found in millimeter, no problem, then convert into centimeter. Okay, while doing the calculation, so that while we are finding out the radius of curvature, we can have the same units. For L also it will be in centimeter, for H also it will be in centimeter, so that we get the radius of curvature is equal to L square by 6H plus H by 2. Thereafter we will find out the result. The radius of curvature of the convex or concave surface is this many centimeter. Now what are the precautions? The movement of the screw should happen without any friction. Number 2, to avoid backlash error, the screw should be moved in the same direction. So if it is taken forward, it will always be taken forward. If it is taken backward, it will be always backward. Okay, avoid, number 3, avoid excess of rotation. These are the precautions you should maintain. Next, source of error. There might be friction in the screw. It must be oiled properly so that the error is not there. There might be a backlash error in the spherometer. So to avoid that, we have told the readings will be taken only in a specific direction, either forward or backward. Number 3, division between the circular scale might not be of equal size. That is a error which can happen in making the device. It can be managed only when we take a mean and increase the number of observations. So before concluding or before starting the demo, we'll just tell you where to make the correction. See here, the total reading portion. In the total reading, H will be equal to N1 into P, N1 into pitch plus least count into X. Okay, N1 into P, it is alright, plus least count into X, X is missing. Okay, N1 into P is alright, N1 into P is alright, number of rotations into pitch plus least count into least count into X. This gives us the value of H, and then you find out H1, H2, H3, and then find out the mean H also. That's all. Let us start a short demo of the experiment. Okay, let us see. We have here the apparatus. This is the spherometer. See here, the spherometer has two scales. One is the vertical scale, one is the circular scale. Okay, as it was in the case of least count. The visibility is different. Least count is the screw gauge is a different device and spherometer is a different device. Okay, here it has three legs which are supposed to be equilateral triangles, which are said to form equilateral triangle, and there is the central leg also, which can be moved forward and backward. Then we are using a glass slab to see that all the legs are placed on the plane surface, and then we have convex or concave surface, whichever is suitable. You can take either. We are taking the convex side. We have the convex and concave also. We are doing it on the convex side. Okay. Then we are using a paper. So that we can mark and find out the length between the three legs. Okay. So we'll start the experiment now. In case we find difficulty in recording a particular reading, if somebody has having some eye disorder, we can use a convex lens also to locate the particular reading properly. Okay, and then we'll make one more adjustment. We'll take out a thin piece of paper, which I will show how it will be helping us. Okay. See, we'll first do the experiment on the convex side. Let us check the reading how we can do it on the convex side. First of all, we place the three legs. Okay, we are placing the three legs. Okay, let us see. As we are placing the three legs on the convex surface, we see that all the three legs plus the central leg are not touching at the same time. Okay, we require to take the reading when all the four legs are touching at the same time. You might be doubting Why we have taken this thin sheet of paper, the small sheet of paper? What will it help? It will help us to identify if all the legs are touching at the same time. See here, this leg is touching, the other leg is touching or not. Here we find that at least one or the other leg is not touching, so it is passing through. Okay, this is the use of this particular paper. Okay, we'll start the experiment. First, we have already discussed that we'll first find out if the legs are making a triangle, making a equilateral triangle or not. Just we'll place it on the white sheet of paper so that it makes the mark. So that the legs make a mark on the white sheet of paper. It has made the mark. We'll point out. We'll point the surface. We point the points with a pencil, and then we'll join the points. Okay, we have joined the points. We'll measure it also. We'll measure it also in centimeters. In centimeters we'll measure. Suppose we start from 1, we'll end at 5. So it is 4 centimeter exactly. Here also start from 1, end at 5. It is again 4 centimeter. You can measure only one, but when we are doing the experiment, we shall see that accuracy is maintained. Again, starting from 1, ending at 5, so it is 4 centimeter. So we have found that L is equal to 4 plus 4 plus 4 by 3 is equal to 12 by 3, so it is equal to 4 centimeter. L mean is equal to 4 centimeter. Now, let us find out the reading of H now. Okay, here we are placing the leg. We find that if the legs are, all the 4 legs are touching or not. This leg is touching, this leg is touching. Let us see. This leg is also touching and this is not touching. So if this is not touching, we have to move it clockwise. Move it clockwise. If we move it clockwise, it will go down. If we move it anti-clockwise, it will move up. See, it is not touching. So that means this leg is anti-clockwise. So at first we'll see that the 3 legs are touching. These 3 are touching. These 3 are touching. Now we shall pass it through the center. It is also slightly, it is to be moved. It is touching now. All the 4 are touching now. Now we shall take the reading. Okay, now we shall take the reading. Let us see. In the vertical scale, we are finding, in the vertical scale, it is the 1 mark below the 0. So if we take the reading, so reading will be main scale 1 below 0. Okay, 1 below 0. And what about the circular scale? It is showing 40, 41, 42, 43. So circular scale reading 43. Okay, this is on the convex surface. Okay, suppose it is reading 1, main scale reading 1 below, that means 1 below and circular scale is 43. This is done for this particular device. Now let us find out on the plane slab. When we do it on the plane slab, we'll again check three legs are touching, but the fourth leg is not touching. I have already told to bring up the fourth leg, to get it up we have to move it anti-clockwise. Okay, we have to move it anti-clockwise to take it up and clockwise to take it down. Okay, so we have to move it clockwise to make it go down. Okay, let us remember the reading. Acha, we have already noted down, so we'll see. We can see the reflection, we'll understand if it is touching or not. But we have to remember how many rounds it moves. Wait, we'll again go back to the level where we have started. We have started at 40 mark and 1 division below. See here, we have to remember. And now when we shall let it go down, we have to count the number of full rotations and then the exact reading on the circular scale when it touches. Okay, so we'll now let it go in clockwise direction. 1 complete rotation, 40 to 40, 1 complete rotation. So it has gone 2 divisions in the main scale and 40. It has still not touched. The third leg has still not touched. Okay, now let us move it again. Let me check. Is it touching all the 4 legs? I think a little more it has to go. It is touching now. It is now touching. Now we have to see which mark it is. See here, it has again crossed 40. We were moving it clockwise, so it has crossed 40 and about 35 it is touching all. So how many complete rotations done? 2 complete rotations. See here, 3 divisions. It is not clearly visible, I think. See here, the third division of the main scale. So we have completed 2 rotations and then completed 5 more. So 40 to 40 to 40, 2 rotations and then 5 divisions on the circular scale. So on the main scale, on plane surface, so what is the reading? Main scale 3 and circular scale it is 35. Okay, so we have started from 43. So 43 to 43 to 43. So how many number of divisions? Number of complete rotations, n is equal to 2, and then what else? How much extra? X is equal to x is equal to 43 minus 35, that is 8 divisions. 8 divisions. So what is x? X is equal to 8. Now we'll now find out the h. H, we know the formula is n into pitch. N into pitch plus least count into x. Okay, so n is 2. 2 into pitch. Pitch is 1 mm. 1 mm plus least count is 0.001 mm into 8. So it is equal to 2 plus 0.008 or 2.008 mm. This is one reading complete. In this way, we can take 3 readings at least. In a practical, there is mandatory that you should take 3 to 5 to 7 readings if possible. So we know that the value of L do not change. The value of L remains 4 centimeter. It is taken once only, no problem. And then the value of H will only vary. The value of H will only vary if it is all possible. Then also it will just the value of P does not the value of N or P does not change. Hardly there is some change in the value of X. Okay, so in this way we can take the 3 readings separately. I can help you out to find out the value of X a few more times, 2 more times. Just let me have some time. Okay, I'll show you 2 more readings of X. Okay, we'll put it on the convex surface. And then again move it anti-clockwise to let it move up. Okay, it can have some backlash error, but still we have to do the experiment. Still it is not touching. We'll understand. Let us hold it. Here all the 4 legs are touching. Okay, now let us see what is the reading. Reading at the main scale 1. Okay, let us count here. We have main scale on convex surface. Main scale is equal to 1 below 0. And circular scale reading you can check, it is 32. Okay, circular scale it is 32. We can check it. Now just put it back on the plane surface. We know in order to take the readings we have to rotate it clockwise. So we have while rotation, what we have to confirm? We must confirm the number of complete rotations. Suppose 32. One rotation complete. We'll check one rotation complete. It is not touching. The center leg is not touching. So we have to move again. We'll move it slow and steady so that we will see that it is touching or not. It is still not touching. Yes, it is touching. How many? Let us see in the main scale. In the main scale it is 3. and we have completed 2 rotations also. Now what is the circular scale reading? You can check, it is exactly 30. Exactly 30 on plane surface, on plane surface, on plane surface main scale is equal to 3, circular scale reading is 30. So what is the number of complete rotations? N is equal to 2 rotations, and x is equal to 32 minus 30, it is equal to 2. So what is the value of h we are getting? Again writing the formula, n into pitch plus x into least count. N is equal to 2, pitch is equal to 0, pitch is equal to 0, pitch is equal to 1 mm plus x is equal to 2, least count is equal to 0.001 mm. So it is 2 plus 2 into 2 plus 0.002, so it is equal to 2.002 mm. Okay, second reading also done. The third reading can be taken similarly, and hence we can use the formula. What is the formula? It is already shown in the presentation. The formula is radius of curvature is equal to L square by 6h plus h by 2. L we have got 4 centimeter, h we are getting millimeter, will convert into centimeter, and then put the value of r and get the value of the radius of curvature. Thank you. In this case, in this way actually we will complete the experiment. You can take for the third reading, you can take L is equal to 4 centimeter, number of complete rotations n is equal to 2, and that x you can take midway between 2 and 8. We have got 2 and 8. You can take suppose 4, the value of 4 you put and find out the final result, and that's all for today's experiment. You can if you have any doubt regarding any error or something, you can contact me and I shall help you accordingly. That's all for today's experiment. We'll again meet in the fourth experiment. Thank you, cadets.